shift into baseball. We're going to go back to Detroit here and talk about Jimmy Leyland and AJ Hinch. And I've got some interesting numbers up here. So Jim Leyland, obviously Hall of Fame head coach, did it in multiple places, Pittsburgh, the Marlins, Tigers, obviously had a World Series. I did this research, and it really struck me how similar it is for both guys. When Leyland took over in 2006, and you remember this, right? Because you lived it and you watched it, and I was excited about it. But when you look back on it, you forget. Time goes by, you forget. He took over 71 and 91 in his first year, 2006, 95 and 67, and you go to the World Series. That's insanity. That is like taking something that's not very good, and you could clearly do something totally different than the people before you and get the results, basically, for the most part, with the same product. 700 wins, 597 losses, overall record with Detroit. As I said, World Series in 06 and 12. He didn't get it done, losing both. 8 seasons with Detroit. Obviously, highly decorated. Do the math there. 700 divided by 8. Basically 90 wins a season. I mean, that's not great, but a couple of down years there, money, the way it was being spent, certain things took place. And then you come over to AJ Hinch, similar in that he won it all with the Astros. He's hired in 2020. It's a shortened season because of COVID. The previous year, 40. No, I did a mistype there. It says 47 and 114. Whew. No, it can't be. I'll double check that. 47 and 114. First of all, that's 161 games, not 62. So I got an error there. But he took over a very, very bad team. And then obviously we know what he did last year. And now you have the first place team in all of Major League Baseball. I believe it's 45 and 25 or 46 and 25 after last night. 353 wins, 366 losses in Detroit, but they just didn't really have anything. And then you look at the differences between both teams and how they were built. So you're talking about Leyland, you're talking Verlander, Cabrera, Max Scherzer. You're looking at so many Hall of Fame guys that basically when Leyland had them, or at least early on when he had them, everybody knew Miguel Cabrera was a Hall of Famer in 06, 07, 08. Is there anybody on the Tigers right now that you could say is an absolute, right now, this moment, Hall of Famer besides Skubal? I don't know if you can say that. You could say it for Skubal. I mean, we're watching history with this guy. Just incredible. And even when you think about the Tigers too, and you think about guys, this is JV all over again, just from a southpaw. And man, he's got the fire, and I love that about him. He takes it, he wears it on his sleeve, he takes it so seriously. He's going to dominate you, and then he's looking to dominate you more so the next game. I love that about him. Fiery guy, I can't stand it. And nothing against a guy like Greg Maddux, but Greg Maddux was like, dude, you got a pulse? Like there's a tornado next to you and you don't even feel it. You don't even know it. You don't even see it. I mean, Skubal is on fire. So fun to watch. AJ, what he's done with the team, he's just turned it around and he's made them in a short period of time with a young team. Now, Leyland's one of the greatest developmental coaches of all time. He did it developing teams. You could say Bonds and Bonilla way back then. You could say that the Marlins were Dombrowski was built with superstar free agents, Sheffield, guys like that. But he did it both ways. AJ Hinch has never really had an all-world team until that Astros team. You could say Altuve, you could say Verlander, you could say a couple of guys, but again, what he's had here in Detroit, these are not Hall of Fame criteria type of people other than Skubal. And so to me, that means even more. And they're going to, he's going to develop some of those guys, that the staff, the organization will develop some guys through the farm and even on the team. You look at guys like Riley Green has that potential, at Carpenter, obviously Skubal. You've got a number of guys there that can really turn into something. but they've done it the right way. They've done it in a true, pure baseball approach, and I love that about them. They're committed to winning. I think you'll see them do some stuff here at the deadline to get another bat or two, which I believe they need. It's without question the vulnerability that I see on the team. It isn't defensively, it isn't base running, it isn't coaching, it isn't pitching, although losing Job is a problem, but he wasn't even established enough at a high enough level where you say, oh my gosh, this is an irreplaceable guy. They can maneuver and manage that. But it's the ability to consistently bat over and over, game in and game out. And obviously, great pitching and timely hitting is the formula to have won forever. It hasn't changed. It's going to be that way for as long as we live and as long as the game is around. But come playoff time, every pitch, right? It's so locked in, and I worry that they have the guys, that they have a large enough complement right now to make a significant deep run in the playoffs as currently constructed in their batting order. Now they're getting healthy now. Parker Meadows coming back helps. Other guys, it helps a lot, but in the heat of the moment, in the pennant race, in the playoffs, every pitch, right? You're working every count, and you have to deliver in certain moments. I worry about that. But to have guys like Jim Leyland in that moment, even though he didn't win in 06 and 12, which was a huge disappointment, particularly the San Francisco loss just dominated. It's a blessing, really, to look at two guys like that. Now, they had guys in between, but to have two guys like that in a span of, let's see, 14, I think, 2014, 15, Leyland's last year, and then within 5 years, you land a guy like A.J. Hinch and Al Avila. I should have put him on the screen. I'm going to keep on saying it. Al Avila, some say, Avila, he deserves so much credit for this Tigers team. There's 5 to 7 guys, minimum, that he's responsible for, that he put there. But he never, and he hired Hinch. He never had it all put together. But it's legit on his stone, so to say, on his record, that a guy like Skubal, guys like Riley Green, guys like Carpenter, these are Al guys. And I think you always have to look at that and say that he has a ton to do with that.